Are you waiting to charge more until your web design skills feel good enough, or until you have a recognizable aesthetic, or until your website is fully, completely built out to your vision and your packages and your pricing are perfect? I hear this all the time, and I have to be honest with you, you do not have to wait for any of that. Waiting for that is costing you. So this is a clip from episode 198 of the Profitable Web Designer podcast, which is a replay of a live Q&A that I hosted where I answer real questions from web designers about pricing, paid discovery, our package matrix strategy, what it actually takes to go from selling $2,500 websites to $10,000 websites, all the way up to $35,000 websites. So episode 198 is that full conversation. So after you listen to this clip, go listen to the full thing because there is so much more in there and you can implement what you hear on your very next consultation. And if you want to join us for our next live Q&A, just go to webdesigneracademy.com/QA to register. And like when we have like a package on our website with a price and then a bunch of add-ons with prices, I'm designing a cost-based decision. And what I mean by that is I'm basically presenting the decision to the client is like, look at all of these line items, 5-page website, branding and logo, copywriting, whatever you guys know, what you all include in your sites. You don't have to have me list that out. And then add-ons, social media, SEO, whatever. Like, I'm basically just giving you a list of menu items and showing you a price. That's a cost-based decision. You're saying, hey, customer, is this 5-page website worth this much to you? I'm talking about designing an entirely different decision framework where we're not talking about the cost of deliverables. And so to answer your question, though, from the philosophy of what we teach inside of the Web Designer Academy, we don't teach having an add-on of items that people can choose from. What we teach is, let's have a consultation. Let's talk about what you need. Let's do strategy. If part of what you need is this and I offer it, I'm going to present that in the strategy, and then I'm going to put some pricing around it in the package matrix. So I understand that you're saying, well, like, how do I let people know that's what I do? You can absolutely like just say, we offer these services as well. But if you want to shift from cost-based pricing and people making a decision based on comparing what you charge for this to comparing what everybody else charges for it and being like, well, why is Emily charging this for it when Alicia's charging this and Andrea's charging this and Chris is charging that? You've got to start using the right pricing model for a service-based business, which is value-based pricing. So I recommend to you, Emily, that you can share that you offer these services, but then you only bring them up if it's relevant to the discussion that you had with the client, like in the strategy piece. And then the package matrix, the way we teach it, the package matrix is like, and here's what it looks like for us to implement this strategy for you. And it's just a whole different conversation and a whole different way of thinking about and presenting your services. That's designing a value-based decision for your client instead of a cost-based decision. So that's my answer to that. We don't teach packages with add-ons unless we're very intentionally being like, I want my target audience to make a cost-based decision because I have very intentionally decided that I'm going for volume of clients and at lower prices to make the money that I want to make versus going with a lower number of clients at higher prices. Great question.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.